In Affinity, if you want to adjust the colour, how do you go about this? I'm going to show you how in this video. In this case, I've just got one layer. What you can then do, just go over here to Pixel, New Adjustment Layer, and I can select any of these. I'm just going to go for black and white as an example, but of course there's a number of other adjustments as well. So black and white, select that and you'll get this panel. This will pop up when you apply that adjustment. You can see it's now black and white, and you've got the red, yellow, green, etc. You can modify the sliders and you can move back and forth to create all kinds of interesting black and white effects applied to this. You can also go down here and also change here. So you can maybe go for darken or multiply. So you don't get a black and white, but you get obviously a very much darker image, but still with some colour. There's also an option for adding a preset. I'll show you that a little bit later. But there is also a very useful feature here, merge. Now if you're used to Photoshop, in Photoshop it's got adjustments as well, adjustment layers. But there's also in the image menu an adjustment feature. There isn't an equivalent in Affinity, but probably the closest to it is this, the merge. Basically it does the same thing. So with this you can, once you get a colour setting you're happy with, you can then click merge and straight away that colour effect is merged or blended into the layer that you're working with. And you get that. Now, of course, I'm just going to undo that so I can go back to that. With adjustments, they're live, so you can modify them at any point. So you can just go up here and you can just double click here, just this bit. So double click and that will bring up the panel. Sometimes it's even to require 2 double clicks. But you get this, and then you can again modify the red, the yellow, and of course this depends on the colour mode you've actually got for your images anyway. And you can change again the blend mode, so darker colour, maybe go with lighten and screen, etc. to create a lighter but still colourful image. And again, close it. But there's also an option here, delete. So you've gone into this, you've done a few changes and you're not happy with it. Well, if you now just leave or you merge, that's just, you'll need to do an undo. But in this case, what you can do, you can click delete. So just delete and it's gone. That's all you need to do for that. So let's just go back again, Pixel, down here, new adjustment layer, and let's just go, maybe go for another one. Let's go for brightness and contrast. And you can modify that, the contrast, and again, you've still got all the same options, the blend mode and the opacity. So you can reduce it down. You just go over here and just reduce it down like that. However, what if you want to save it as a preset? So if I got something like this, I think, oh, that's really good. Click add preset and then just give it a name. So I've just got now brightness 1. Not very original, but that's what I'm going to go with. So click OK. And now at any point I can bring it back. But it's a different panel. You need a different panel for that. So let's just quickly close this. This, obviously, adjustments here. You can go to Window and just down here, General, you'd think it would be in there, but it's not. It's actually in Pixel, Adjustments. So Pixel and Adjustments, and you've got all these. And now, of course, this is in black and white, so you can click there, and then you can see you've got these adjustments here. You've got cold, warm, crunch. Oh, we're doing levels, weren't we? Brightness and contrast. That's the one we were going for. I was looking at that thinking, that's very strange. Where's the actual, here it is, just down here. So you could change your mind, go for brightness instead. And this panel will pop up again and just close it. Now you've got that. Or you might want brightness. Again, unfortunately, the panels always pop up. You might want to work with it. You might not. That's just unfortunately the way it works. And you've got now your preset applied. However, what if you want to apply it just to one particular layer? So let's just undo. I'm just going to delete it. You can delete it by going over here as well. Just go down here, and with that, it's gone. And let's just go here to the move tool, and I'm just going to resize this. Resize, and now hold down the Alt Option key, and I'm just going to duplicate. Of course, you could have multiple other layers as well, but let's just create a couple of layers. Again, hold down the Alt Option. So now we've got 3 layers. If I go over here, and again, Pixel, New Adjustment Layer, and let's just go down here. Let's just use a different one this time. I'm going to go with Gradient Map, quite garish, so you will see the result. And you get, of course, this gradient map, and you can modify the stops, change colours, etc. But let's just close it. Because the adjustment is above all of these, the background, background, background there, they're obviously all given the same name, the colour effect is applied to them all. So all of them have got that. Now, if you only want it to be applied to one, then you can simply just drag it down like this, just select it like that, and just drag it down there, and you can see that all becomes highlighted there, and release. And now if you expand it out, you can see you've got your gradient map adjustment inside there, and it's only applied to that one. Now, let's just undo, put it back to the top. Say you want it to be applied to these 2 layers, but not to this one. All you need to do is just drag it down like that, just drag it down there, so it's in between, so you can see a blue line appears there, and release. So now this one is unaffected, but you've got the other 2 have been modified by this. And you can do that with groups, etc. So let's just go over here and select these 2, right click, and I'm just going to go with group. So right click, do that, get this menu and go with group. And now they're grouped. It's obviously still being applied to group. But what you can do, simply just drag this down inside here, so you can see it's just added into the group. And now you can move it around, reposition it, etc. And again, it's still applied just to those 2 layers. And you can do this, of course, if you've got 50 or 100 layers in Affinity. There's also another thing you can do, and let's just go and remove these other ones. So just delete that. So you've got this image, and you only want the black and white or any colour adjustment applied just to part of the image. Well, what you can do with this, again, you've got this one here, background image here, go to Pixel, and then go down to New Adjustment Layer, and let's just go for a different one, Recolor in this case. So Recolor, you've got this lovely red effect, and you can change obviously the hue here, saturation and lightness, and close it. But what you can also do is add a mask to it. There's a mask option here, so just go down here, just at the bottom. You've got this layers panel. Go down here and just click here, mask layers, just this one, next to the effects. Now, if you can't find the layers panel, that's in window and general and layers. So that's that. So click here. There's also a couple of other options as well in the Pixel menu to do that. But just click it, mask layer. And now you've got a mask. See it added there. What you can then do, go over here, the gradient tool. You could use other tools as well, as long as it manipulates the pixels of the mask. So you could use a brush tool, just create some unusual brush strokes, but generally I always just go for this. And just go here, the fill tool. So fill tool. Unfortunately, one thing with Affinity is that the shape tool is only a vector layer. In Photoshop, what you can do is you can use shapes as a mask. Now you can do this, of course, in Affinity, but it's a little bit more, a few more steps. But in Photoshop, you can simply just add, obviously, your mask very quickly, just using shapes as well. You can just change this with the shape. Now, let's just go with the fill tool and just click and drag. And there you've got that. And you can see the actual gradient. If I just click over here, you can see the gradient is white to black. And obviously this area is still blue. This area, the black, is now obviously the original colour. Of course, what you can do is you can reverse it. So you can go here, click reverse, and the blue's the other side now. And of course you can tweak this thing. You just click and add additional points. It's a grayscale, and you can just drag it like there, click there again, and if you want, you can recolor that. personally I always generally go over here, click here, and you can see now you've got here, just select that one, maybe just go here and just change the colour and make it white. So if you go white, you can see now you've got the colour coming through there because of this, and you've got the blue there. And you can of course change that over there, maybe change it to white and so on. There's lots of different changes you can make, and of course you can apply this gradient at different angles, and you can also apply at different types as well. Now there's also another option, of course, in here you've got options for bitmap as well. So if you want, just go with bitmap, so select that, and I'm just going to go and select an image, one there, a chocolate bar there, click open, and now you can see you've got this lovely sort of colour coming through here, which of course you can move using these interactive controls. You move it back and forth, you can resize it like that, stretch it out further, so you can create some interesting sort of lighting effects on your image with obviously these colours adjustments, depending obviously on the adjustment that you use. This could be black and white, of course, levels, etc. All of them can use exactly the same feature. And of course there's also another option, not just bitmap, there's also hatch as well, if you want to use that. And also you could try mesh, though personally I find bitmap a lot easier to use. As mentioned, you could also use brushes as well. So just go over here, and there's an option here, paintbrush tool. So select that, and then simply just apply any paintbrush. And you can go to window, go to general and brushes, and you've got a number of brushes there. So I'm just going to select one, and then apply that. And you can see as I apply, you can make obviously the image, the original part of the image, and you've still got the blue effect applied there. And you can simply tweak it just by changing the colour here between the shades. Obviously maybe go with a light grey, a slightly darker grey, or white, and so you can now just place it back again like that. There is also another option, which I'm just going to go over here, and adjustment brush tool as well, if you want to try that out to apply it. But I find it just as easy just using the paintbrush tool personally for just manipulating the adjustment. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Bye.